Lost my focus. But yeah, I want to push KENTA Davey as a mentor-mentee thing, but I definitely don't want to go out of the question of having them face off here and there, sort of test of Davey Richards at first. Eventually, I think you may or may not. I know I would probably want to do eventually a changing of the guard. That when it comes to they can. I probably want to keep them as a tag team the whole time, but I want to have shifts in momentum. I want to see KENTA win a few. Davey then starts to pick up, and he starts to win a few himself. Change the dynamic in the team. I mean, you could, and honestly, you could go with that for a long time, and I would. Would there be an eventual breakup? Probably, honestly, but I really like that, and while national nation net sort of global competition influenced my tag team choices, I wanted to add this element to it as well. So yeah, I got more non-wrestling personalities down there. Guys like Bobby the Brain Heenan, who I would run with guys like Flair. Jim Cornette would be he would be my shit starter. He would guy to stir shit up, of course. Truth Martini with the House of Truth. Larry Sweeney with Kings of Wrestling. Miss Elizabeth with Macho Man Randy Savage. Duh. Gimmick characters. Santino Marella. There's nothing better than a good Santino Marella promo. Nothing better. Hagedorn, he's got enough personality to the point where you want to see his ass kicked. Yeah. Bobby Dempsey, a fun little sympathetic character to pull out here and there. Essentially to beat the other gimmick characters. And the day he actually beats someone in my main roster, that's a storyline itself. And Shark Boy, another fun whipping boy. I want to have, in my gimmick characters, I want to have fun with them. Even if they're getting their ass whooped every week. Yeah. Play-by-play, I would go with Jim Ross. Yeah, Jim Ross. Because he's just sort of, the voice. He is. He's very southern, but I think it'll work fine. Sorry, I'm drifting off into La La Land here. Dear God. Color commentary, Mike Tenay. Anytime I watch late 90s WCW with international talent in the ring, I've always enjoyed Mike Tenay bringing that analysis to it. He was Matt Striker before Matt Striker, a guy who knew what the hell he was talking about. And since since a main theme, a big theme in my promotion is the nationalism. I want Mike Tenay to be there for that. Touch back on nationalism. I'm going to have, you got Kawada, KENTA, and SUWA as your main three-man group of Japan. Lance Storm, Steen, and Generico, your main three-man group of Canada. Ultimo, Guerrero, Ray, Bucanero, Shocker, your main group from Mexico. Where am I? London Brawling with Douglas Williams for England. And what else? Is that it? Yeah. And whatever team you really feel like it for America. And I would definitely run not World X Cups, but international cups. Absolutely. International tournaments. Absolutely. Even the kind of longer tournaments, kind of take up a month or two. Sort of build, I don't know. That's another fun aspect you can have with what you're doing. Anything to creatively fill up time is good in my book, and I think that's a good thing to do with the talent that I got, in addition to just working people in their divisions. But to go, a good reason to go cross-divisional with this international cup idea, international tournaments, what have you. Yeah, back to what I'm talking about. Backstage interview, I would have Lillian Garcia. If only for the fact that I think, if only for the Rock interviews alone, she's a good example of, one, it's good to have sort of a female voice around, for the heck of it. But she can also have fun with it, and especially with my junior heavyweights when they, when they get cocky, the sexy young boys of my, oh god, that sounds weird, of my roster. When they get a little frisky, that's a little fun to have there. That sounds weird. And my ring announcer, I would go with Howard Finkel. I think he does a really good job of making stuff sound. I think he's good for pro wrestling big. People would go with Michael Buffer. There's other legendary ring announcers, Gary Michael Capetta, Bobby Cruz from ROH is pretty good, but I think the Fink is a good. He always reminds me of the ringmaster of a three-ring circus. Not as an authority figure, but almost the MC. I think he does a great job at that, and I would want him there to do that. I would be I think he's a good person to put there to contrast my wackiness and my grittiness. And when you see Howard Finkel, whenever he would announce like a cage match or something like that, he would get sort of this deeper, more somber tone in his voice. And I think he does a great job to set up, like, if I'm gonna run some sort of street fight, some sort of cage match, other type of stipulation where there's going to be brutality, I think he can sell that well, in addition to the showier matches. Because I got guys like Flair and Savage who have fanfare and pomp and circumstance, and but he can sell the other side of the coin too. So there's that.